All right. So we are live now. So for those of you who are going to join in on Twitter or watch this on YouTube later, this group, which has been playing Paranoia, and we've been putting that up on YouTube, started off playing D&D. They also played the superhero stuff, but we're returning to the D&D campaign that they were in, where we left off when they were level 17 or 13, pardon me. And we're going to pick it up from there. So we have a new player, and we're just kind of doing a rundown of what all happened during that campaign, and we're waiting for another player that's late that we haven't heard from yet. All right. So yeah, go on with about Shaldor.
I actually feel like we met him earlier in the campaign, Stokel, but we have been plagued with a demon throughout all of our 14 levels. 13 levels?
13
Before the
levels.
Glittering Hills?
I think it was after. I think you guys left Diggerton. I think it was after the Knoll problem, like the whole Knoll incursion. But I could be wrong. It could have been before then. I know it was down here somewhere.
I do feel
Yeah.
like during the Knoll, for sure during the Knoll incursion, we were plagued by him. Because I believe that at one point he had torn some Knolls apart in like a scout party or something.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been many times, Loomis, that we've encountered him.
Okay.
I think we've only seen him a few times, but we've gone in. For instance, I do remember going into a an encounter in a walled fort structure. It seemed pretty desperate, but heroes such as us prevailed. But as we left,
That was in Diggerton, I think, when you guys were fighting the Knoll, the pack leader.
there was on the Wyvern.
Uh, was he on a wyvern? Maybe he might have
Yeah,
been. I can't remember.
yeah. When we fought
Mm-hmm.
him, he was on a Wyvern. But this was another time that we came out of these ruined kind of area, and Shaldor had scribbled his name in blood across the walls, and we never
Okay.
really saw him as such, but he was there. He's kind of following us. I believe we found him
Oh
really in
yes,
earnest the first time in the Glittering Hills
you came
when there
across
was
his
a
cult.
yeah the cult
Yeah,
that we stopped their bloodletting. But I think we released him inadvertently. I think he was maybe bound to this obelisk
he
or
was, and you guys broke it apart.
yeah.
I think it was.
I,
In fact, I think it was Torka specifically,
probably.
because I think you were like, I'm not gonna suffer this profane idol. I think you
Which I
like
mean,
pushed it
that's
over
that's
and
that's a paladin thing to do.
busted it up with your wrench.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I do use a war pick now, Loomis, but for many levels, I've fought everyone with a wrench.
Okay.
So Dale's character is a turtle. They are like turtle people. Um, and he was raised by dwarves. That is why as a paladin, that's why his god that he adheres to is a dwarven god, Moradin.
Turtle
So
what? What are they called again? A turtle?
Moradin. They're called turtles. They're literally like the if the teenage
Ninja
mutant
Turtles.
ninja turtles were a race in D&D, that's
Okay.
pretty much what they are. And he was raised by dwarves,
Raised by
and
dwarves.
now he worships the dwarven god and is a paladin of the dwarven god Morden. All right. Eventually, they left Limetown because they met a man up in, I think he was in Crossington, at the tavern up
Mm-hmm.
there. They met
Okay.
Professor Bonaventure.
Professor Bonaventure changed our lives.
He did, because Professor Bonaventure was looking for people who would go with the group into the wilds of Lutezka, the
Okay.
southern continent. Oh, let's. And so they arrived here in Port Jade and made their way across. Let's see if I can get on the ruler. Here we go.
Now, by
This
this time, we were probably level 10.
around there, yeah, I would say it's probably right.
Yeah.
And it was around here at some point that they ran afoul of, I believe it was lizard men, and Soren got a little fireball happy. As sorcerers and wizards do, they think, well, I can just drop fireball after fireball on my friends, and everything will be fine. In this case, it actually wound up causing the death. It wasn't that specific moment, but it was. It happened shortly after, and he was struck down by lizard men and killed. So if he hadn't been hit by the fireball, he would have been able to soak that damage.
Who was killed?
Jonathan's character,
Okay.
Cole Fiery Buckle, who is
Yep.
actually let's.
Who was a tabaxi.
Yes, he had originally been a tabaxi, and let's see here. I think if you look under the player character folders, you can see them. I'll
There's Cole
Pendle.
Fiery Buckle
He's no longer in the game. Let's remove him.
and
So
Iolo the Swift.
yeah, Iolo the Swift was Jonathan's jungle elf fill-in for a while. But Soren is Chris Head's character. He's a dragonborn sorcerer. Stokel was reincarnated by a druid that they met. Who
We did several weeks of doing the druid's bidding to gain the druid's favor to bring Stokel back from the dead.
they were deep in the jungle bush, fighting dinosaurs, doing all kinds of crazy crap, fighting off jungle ogres, fighting off a powerful hag named Nanny Kuju.
Yes, Nanny Kuju.
Nanny Kuju, who could turn herself invisible, and
Which sucks, fighting an invisible hag.
and they would just hear her laughter from everywhere, and it was fun. It was fun to be Nanny Kuju. So they wound up uncovering, or they wound up working their way into the heart of Lutezka, into inner Lutezka, and they were there to find out. Oh no, they discovered that these ruins here, in the heart of Lutezka, were run by Yanti. Yanti are a snake-like race, or like snake people, kind of, but they're ancient and very powerful wizards. Like our world has the story of Atlantis, and then Atlantis was destroyed and sunk under the waves. The Yanti kind of have this similar history. They used to have an advanced civilization in the ancient days of the game world. But they became so adept in magic and reckless with it that the gods, the evil gods, the neutral gods, and the good gods all got together and smote them as one. Like they all got together, put their differences aside, and said, "We have to stop these Yanti. Oh my God!" And doing so, sunk their continent of Versimia. Some of the Yanti escaped to the new western continent and to the islands, and then others escaped to the east. And so some of the ones out here were left over from some of the survivors of that cataclysm, which had gone west from where they were to Lutezka. And they wound up finding out that the Jaguar Queen who had been like the human ruler of Zakatotli. That was the name of this city.
Okay.
That they were using her as like a broodmare to pump out new Yanti eggs. So they
It was
wound.
gross.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty out there. So they wound up killing the Yanti that was in charge, who had set himself up as like a Yanti god. They rescued elves from the mines. It was there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, there was.
And after doing so, they found a vast treasure in artifacts and relics. And
Those two elves are the ones you rescued right there.
well, that's the king and queen of the jungle elves there in
Okay.
Luteska. And they actually came to help after after I think after you guys were coming outside. I think they were like I think them
They
and
were butchering the Yanti
yeah,
that were outside. Yeah.
they had come screaming out of the forest and had taken the fight to the Yanti, including some jungle ants.
Yes.
Jungle,
Yes.
well, in D&D they're tree ants. We don't call them ants because of copyright.
Sure. Sure.
That's one of the things that I think the Tolkien estate had threatened to sue them D&D over back in the day.
I have to call them tree ints.
So let's see. They came back to Limetown. Where did we go? There we go. So they came back to Limetown, and that's pretty much where we ended the campaign.
Yeah.
Since then,
Professor Bonaventure helped us. He got what he wanted
oh yeah, he got all kinds of artifacts and treasures. He
to
was
take to the museum.
he was able to prove that that because it was his hypothesis that that there was a surviving Yanti population in the interior of Luteska, so he was able to come away with proof of that and a ripping story to tell in the process. So, if you look at your character sheets, everyone except Hagar, because his character was not involved. So Torka, Soren, if he was here, which he's not, and Stokes, you should look at your sheets and see that you have over 800 platinum.
Oh,
Wow. I do.
And that is
as do
from
I.
your share of the treasure that that you guys brought back, which Professor Bonaventure was able to sell to the Explorer Society. Um, and remember, you also found some Yanti coins that wound up being more valuable than than their printed worth.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, each of you gained over 8,000 gold worth of riches back from that expedition, which I transferred into platinum for you. So
We
you
truly are mighty.
so it would be easier for you to carry.
Well, rich, which is better than mine.
Hagar, I forgot to give you starting cash. So I'm going to give you 250 gold to start off with.
Right.
All right. So, oh, hang on. I'm going to add a thing here on your sheet. Max HP currently 108. All right. So, it is, let's see here. It is in Limetown that we are going to start off. So, here's the thing. Torka and Cole, I want you to describe to me what you've done for like the last 3 months while you guys have like had your share of treasure. How did you spend the next 3 months? At one point, you guys were all in Simmerland, and you gave a symposium about everything that happened in all your adventures in Luteska to the Explorer
Okay.
Society.
And that would be So wait, Simmerland.
Or
So
not
that would be
Simmerland.
where the
You were in Donhold. You were in
okay,
like the capital city.
and that would be where the museum is that Lord Bonaventure or that Professor Bonaventure
Yes.
has brought the.
The
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay,
the exhibit is still going there in Donhold.
okay. And so we clearly spoke to that and were guests at the museum, and
Oh
but
yeah.
by now we've worked our way back to Limetown.
Yeah,
Is what you're saying? Okay.
you were hobnobbing and rubbing elbows with all sorts of nobles and learned scholars and eating the finest dinner, smoking the finest cigars, Torka.
Clearly, okay, of course, okay.
So
Uh, I
so
can go first, or you can go first, Stokel. It's up to
Go
you.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Um,
Oh, I can.
no, I'm fine. So once we got back to Limetown, clearly, Torka spends. I'm trying to see the the inn again and stuff. Some of the names again, but clearly, Torka spends his
y'all stay at
days.
the Open Arms Inn at 19 here.
Okay, so Torka likes to spend his evenings at the inn and tavern, recanting stories and uh, listening to Stokel sing of our adventures. He loves to talk to anybody that wants to hear about them. But during the day, Torka does spend his time at the Mirrored Chapel, uh, helping to heal the sick, helping to pray over uh, those that need prayer. So Torka is also going to take. Um, I'm going to reduce my platinum by 10%
Okay.
to represent the tithing that Torka did. Uh, so I'm going to reduce my platinum down to 742.
Oh my God. Wow. That's like
Um,
2,000.
so,
Um
but Torka
Yeah,
Torka continues to keep up. You know, he's still Torka. He's drinking a lot at night. He's having a good time, but during the day he is honoring the paladin way.
so because of your generous gift in the service of Moradin, Moradin grants you favor and gives you an inspiration, which I will mark on your sheet, and he's going to give you a surplus of lay on hands. He's going to give you 15 more points up to 80. 80 is not your new maximum. Your maximum is still 65, but 80 is what you have right now. So
Mm-hmm.
he's giving you like an extra 20 hit points worth of healing for you to disperse.
Okay.
And he's giving you that inspiration, so you can have advantage on any roll that you want, so long as while you have that inspiration. It's a one-use thing, like when you decide, well,
Yep.
maybe I ought to have inspiration for this.
Yep.
Who
Yep.
awarded that?
Uh,
My God.
because he was so generous with his money, uh,
Yeah.
his god Morden uh, gifted him that.
Moradin.
Morden, yes,
Morden.
his dwarven god. All right.
Yeah, Torka fell
Wow.
into to to disfavor with his god once before, and would prefer not to do that again.
Yeah, when you're a paladin, there's a certain way you kind of have to roll, and that roll is not what's the best way to describe Torque at that time? Non-committal dick.
Debauchery. Yeah,
A scamp.
just he went through a depressive period. He came
Yeah,
out of it.
he saw his ways.
Well, it was
Well,
funny
my
because
Torka.
there was a couple of times when like Morden would like visit him in his dreams and more or less give him a second chance, and Torka would just spit in his face.
I don't know that I'd say spit in his
It
face. I
took
just
several times,
chose drinking
Light up a
women.
cigar.
and
Yeah.
I could tell Dale really hated playing without like his full powers, his full paladin powers and everything. And I kept giving him, attempts to make nice with his patron god, and he just kept pissing him off. All right, so Cole,
Made for a good story.
what has Cole been doing?
All right. My Torka, you're glowing. You look extra holy since I saw you last. So,
Good to see you, Cole.
so Cole has been, yes, playing some gigs around Limetown here and there, but he's also been traveling quite a bit. So he'll leave and come back, leave and come back. Um, he's been, I guess, um, since his visit, he's and recounting at the symposium in Donhold, he's been like interested in the lore and the legend behind the places that we went, like Zakatotli and
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know Persephone and the king and queen there,
There's a
and
lot of lurid fiction
yeah,
written about the Jungle Queen and the ancient stories of Zakatotli, kind of like pulp novels,
yeah,
pulp stuff. Yeah,
uh,
there's a the equivalent of like Conan novels. The Jaguar Queen's like mostly naked and all the
nice.
stories she appears in, and you're like, I saw this lady and she had a big egg sac and no legs. All
Nice.
right. Egg sack. Oh. All right, continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. No, that's good. Good
Paraplegic.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think, Cole in his younger years was, um, you know, chasing the ladies and looking to be a rock star. But as he's matured and, um, been admitted into the College of Lore, he's kind of more interested in artifacts and ancient things. And since being a minor celebrity among the educated historians, he's just spent more time away, like studying those kinds of things. And he might still be interested in the ladies, but for all intents and purposes, he disappears quite a bit from, um, just from Limetown during their 3 months there.
Yeah, would you say that his brush with death, maybe changed him a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, he's a little more mature, maybe a little less floozy than he was before. A little more serious about life, things like that.
He's a half elf who knows nothing of elves.
Yeah, and as far as anyone knows, he hasn't really gotten into that yet.
Hmm.
So his interest in history and lore has been mostly like ancient things over
Okay.
the past few months.
All right. Very good. So Cole, because you spent so much time studying history, I want you to go ahead and gain proficiency in the history skill.
Okay.
Torka,
Yes, sir.
since you spent so much time healing others over there at the Myriad Chapel, I want you to gain proficiency in medicine.
Ooh.
So under the skill list, just put, click where next to the left of that
Yep.
3, and it will put a little check mark in there, and it will significantly bump up your medicine score because it adds your proficiency bonus.
You said the 3. Okay. Yeah, my medicine just went to 5.
Well, let's see. It should go up. It should go up to 6, because your wisdom, or no, it's intelligence. That's right. So intelligence, you get a +1 from that, and then it adds your proficiency bonus, which is 5. So 6, yeah. Whereas before, before then it was just a 3.
I think it was actually a 0.
Um.
Click it.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm doing that on Cole's sheet. Never mind. Cole.
Oh,
So you added history as a proficiency. That's not. I'm gonna erase that because that's not like a tool. It's
okay.
actually on
I should
the.
drag it from the compendium.
No, literally go up to where it says skills and see where it says history. Just add a check mark.
I got it. Okay,
All right,
got it.
and or
From 3 to 6.
Torka. On yours, yeah, just do the same thing. And
Yep.
you see, you added medicine. Yeah, raise it to a 5. You're right.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
All right. So, and that's because you guys showed up on time and you went to great lengths about what you guys are doing, and I really like that.
Nice.
That's one thing that you guys will have over Chris' head when he finally does get back. Say, haha, we got this free skill. You didn't. Haha. All right. So, since you've been back in Limetown, and you're thinking about, next steps, there have been some rumors lately. You've been hearing from people out on the road and other adventurers that there is a group growing in power, and they call themselves the Order Esoterica, and that they are sort of like a group that has broken off, like a splinter group from the Order Arcanum. Now, the Order Arcanum is like the big mage college there in Donhold. And what has happened was there was a schism in their organization, and so now a lot of mages have broken off to form, backed by a lot of nobles, a lot of snooty nobles, um, have backed off or broken off to form their own organization called the Order Esoterica. So while the Order Arcanum is charged with like training mages and keeping Levis magically defended as best they can, the Order Esoterica, their goals are to reclaim as much magic, specifically magic items, from the adventuring public. So if you've got magic items, they will, and you're traveling along the road, they will probably bother you at some point or another. So you've been hearing rumors about this group.
Mm-hmm.
Have we heard any rumors about what the Order Arcanum thinks of them?
Yeah, you would know that the two groups do not get along at all and are openly hostile with one another. Um, this is very much like a mage civil war. And yeah, you would know that the Order Arcanum has been doing everything that it can, like infiltrating them, sending spies in, that kind of thing, um, putting out notices, to travelers and adventurers, reminding people that the Order Arcanum has no mandate from any national or local government to be doing what they're doing, that they are a rogue organization. Um, so that's what you've been hearing, about from how the Order Arcanum sees it. And also, the government of Simmerlin itself, the National Assembly, has also, their official stance is these people do not represent Simmerlin. They are not acting on behalf of Simmerlin. They are a rogue faction doing its own thing. So they've, in their mind, everything that these people are doing, well, it's assault and murder and theft. So they view them as criminals. But with all this going on, the three of you have decided that with the loss of your former companion who went back over the seas towards Valorheim, that maybe you need to recruit a new member. And at the Open Arms Inn, if I can find it on our sheet, there we go. You guys have found a potential new member. He is a half elf that looks shockingly, really more like a dwarf with that beard. But he's a bearded half elf who seems to know a thing or two about fighting. Claims to be from Savaria originally, and you are meeting with him this morning at the Open Arms Inn over a nice breakfast of eggs, thick sausages, spicy potatoes, and biscuits and gravy, sausage gravy. About potentially joining your group as a fourth adventurer. So, Loomis, tell everyone a little bit about your backstory and who you are and what you do.
Okay.
What you
Hey.
look like.
Yeah, that as well.
Sure. He's 6 feet tall, red hair, um, medium builds, so kind of on the tall end for a half elf. Um, he's young. He's about 25, and he says, hey, thanks for you guys' time. Look forward to maybe working with you. Um, I come from Savari. My father is named Samson Bickerstaff. He's a blacksmith, and my mother was he was a human, and my mother was a Savari elf, and yeah, come from
I'm not
Savar.
worried so much about your lineage, boy. Tell
Well,
us of
I'm just
your
trying to.
tell us of your wars. Tell us
I spent my father was a fighter, and on the King's Road, and we spent as a youth. I spent adventuring with my mother and father, and through many lands, uh, many a creature, and hunting, and learning the skills to fight against many evil keep creatures, and I've been with my parents, and my father's 50, and he's gone to retire, take a break, and go back to blacksmithing, and I'm decided to strike out on my own to continue my life of adventuring. But tell me about you.
So what's wrong with Savaria?
Oh, it's nothing. Nothing's wrong with it. It's a great place. I love it. I just have the wanderlust. I want to travel the lands and meet new people and experience all kinds of different things. Make money, conquest.
So recently, the big news out of Savaria was that, or I guess the gossip, was that the exiled Arishan Elven King, who was the king when the Hobgoblins conquered the ancestral elven lands of Laranasa, they came west to take refuge um, on the western hemisphere in Zavaria with their cousins, the Sahari, who they normally look down on. And there was a lot of political pressure for the queen in Savaria to marry the Arishan exiled king, or not exiled but refugee king, to try to improve Lyonnace's status in the world. The Sahari really weren't interested, so the queen politely declined to diminish her own power in favor of these snooty elves that were taking up temporary residence in their home. So that's the most recent doings coming out of Savaria.
The hobgoblins took over their lands.
The Arashan High Elves. This happened decades ago, but recently, very recently, probably within the last 6 weeks in current history, a group of adventurers led a multinational effort to rid the ancestral elven lands of the hobgoblins. So they sort of a reconquista type thing. They went back in and took it back over, and sent the hobgoblins packing. Because of that, now the bulk of the Arashan High Elves are either en route back to the motherland or getting ready to leave.
Interesting.
That
All
was
right.
So
that
this
was that was what campaign one did.
I was gonna say campaign.
nice.
Yeah.
I actually typed that in my notes. Torka says,
Cool.
Dot, Dot, can you fill this flagon?
So Dot, the waitress, comes over to fill your breakfast flagon. Not at all, judging the time of day that you're choosing to
Oh,
drink.
Dot, you know me, and it's fine. We're talking to this new lad here, and it's a bit boring. I need a little bit of more mead.
Do you need any more sausage gravy for your biscuits? And she says that with
No.
like kind of a mischievous smile.
I wink at her and I kind of give her a little elbow on her butt. No, no, just a little more mead for me flagon. It is morning, of course, you know.
Well, a growing turtle needs his mead, she says, kind of dubiously, but she gets you another mead, and she looks around the table. Does anybody need anything else? And she looks at you, Stokel. She's like, more sausages. You should probably lay off on eating as many of those. They might make you a little thicker on the middle.
I'm good, thank you.
I'm not saying
Wait,
don't
what?
have some more if you want some. I'm just saying typically two is enough for
Yeah.
any normal
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Such a feast for breakfast. I'm good, thank
Not,
you.
not, I'm good for it. Give this lad Loomis a little mead too. He doesn't seem to be liking the milk on his plate. Soren will drink it though. Soren loves it.
Hey, what's Stokel's race again?
Stokel is
He's a
a
half
half
elf
elf.
as well.
Okay, half elf also. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
his race is a tabaxi. He just looks like a half elf.
Yeah, he looks like a half elf, but in his mind he's thinking about playing with yarn.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Loomis lights up his pipe.
Okay, Stokel
Yeah.
looks at him and says, "You're gonna. What's the scariest thing you've ever run from?"
The scariest thing I ever run from was a young green dragon.
Young. Still in
Ah,
the egg?
it was no, no. It was the size of the horse maybe. Trying to see. I don't know my geography yet. I read. I'm trying to out of character.
No,
Trying to remember.
you're doing fine.
Oh yeah, you're totally doing
Down in the south, whatever the place is, he says, where the dragons guard the border. It's in the south. I don't remember the
Oh,
name of.
well, hang on, a little history lesson here. We'll drag ourselves up to the Western Hemisphere map. All right, so here in Zatona, really is kind of like the last frontier for the Freelands, which Simmerlin is a part of. And this is kind of protected by blue dragons throughout this desert area here. Meadow Mirth is got that's like all forested. It's like forests and farmlands between Meadow Mirth and the Great Glade is where the Wood Elves in the Western Hemisphere. That's where they have their sort of capital city. It so that's a lot of forest. So around this area, you've got like a ton of green dragons. Um, Now in the Eastern Hemisphere, in places like Valorheim, you have white dragons, and there are places in Avalane where there are red dragons. But Luteska would have a bunch of black dragons. It's a lot of swamp and like
Okay.
heavier, damp forest, jungle forest. So it's mostly black dragons. When the party ran into Shaldor in Luteska, he was actually possessing the body of a black dragon.
Oh, okay.
That was
So
easy to fight.
Where's the cattle ranching lands?
that's in sort of Upper Zatona and the Frontier
Okay.
Plains.
All right. So I was gonna say that, yeah, me and my family used to run orcs off when they were marauding the cattle farmers in Zaytona. We used to do that all the time, and they would pay us, and we would keep them safe.
I mean that checks out. There are plains orcs in Zatona that do a lot of marauding on caravans.
That's exactly what we did. He takes a big drag of his lucky pipe and spits out some rings. And but yeah, the green dragon. That was I was sleeping and alone, and yeah, he almost got me, but I was by myself, and that's the scariest thing I ever ran from.
All right.
How about you, mate?
Yeah.
Tell me a time when you were most embarrassed.
Helen Soren Lorenzen.
Who wants to play Soren?
Tell me a time about a time when you had your pants caught down around your ankles.
Whoa! This is a family stream. No, seriously, I'm not going to play Soren. Somebody else needs to. Either John or Hendo.
Well,
those
I'm
will
just
come up
gonna
to the
sit here
task.
and I'm just gonna sit here and drink my milk and count a bag full of spoons. I've never really been scared.
You never got caught stealing?
No.
Continue this. I'll be right back. I have to do a thing real quick.
My father's rich, and so is my mother, and so no. I've never been caught stealing. I don't know how to play Soren. It's been
Yeah.
2 years.
He'd never leave a good spoon behind.
No, he wouldn't.
That's not stealing.
Yeah, he's the. Tell me about yourself, dragon. Oh yeah, yeah, I was cramming this week, guys, trying to read as much as I could. I don't have a whole lot of backstory right now.
I don't know. You're fine.
He grew up, his dad was a soldier on the King's Road, and
Loomis should be
tell you-
saying this in character.
yeah, and he, my dad was a soldier on the King's Road in the Silver, excuse me, the Silver
He was
Guard.
he was with the Silver Shield.
The Silver Shield.
Yeah.
And came upon my mother and her group, and he was on a patrol, and she was near death, and he rescued her, and that's how I came to be a half elf. Obviously, her name is Drilar Tinuviel, and so I grew up learning to fight, and I like to fight. I'm good at the crossbow, and
And you spent a long time away from home.
We
We've
were gone.
traveled across Luzteca.
Yeah, we were never
We've been
home.
gone for over a year at a time.
That's fine with me. I grew up on the trail.
So you got no family.
No, you know, my father being human, he was old, 50, needed a break, and so they settled down to run the smith, and I left soon after.
Mm. You got no conscience of killing, huh? If they need killing.
I've done lots of killing.
Mm.
Many a hobgoblin, orc, bandits.
What
Oh,
what do you
say.
think? Oh,
Go ahead,
Stoke.
Torka.
No, Stokel's got something to say. I want to hear it.
Well, I'm just going to voice my concerns, and that's that I don't trust you, but I don't trust many people. And, we had another guy that wanted to join us. His name was Hendel, and he joined us for a while, but then he left.
And
And then we had this other guy.
I'll slam my growler down. No. Take a drink.
He was a great guy, but he didn't stick around. And then we had this other guy, Iolo. Man, I hated that guy.
Iolo.
And he didn't stick around either.
I don't think Cole ever met Iolo, did he?
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah,
Did he?
that was it was great hatred between them. It was briefly.
Why do they not stick around? What happened?
I don't know. Iola was a shifty, swifty guy, and you wouldn't want him to stick around.
He was full elf. He was a good companion, but them full elves, you never really know.
I don't know about that guy.
Well, tell me, fellas, how do you like to make your money? Do you
Oh.
do bodyguards, or do you adventure and look for treasure in the dungeons and far reaches, or offer your services for security? I can do it all.
We've kind of made a name for ourselves just being legendary.
Yeah.
Tell me
Us.
your most legendary tale.
Perhaps you should sing it, Stokel.
I don't have sound queued up there. Have you heard the Hero of the Flame?
Why no? Let me hear it.
So,
That's our friend Soren here.
as you guys are talking, and you guys are trying to convince Cole to sing a song, a window crashes behind you, Torka. It's this window right here.
Okay.
It crashes open, and a large harpoon embeds itself in the table right next to you, and it splinters your flagon of mead before it gets violently jerked back. And when you look out the massive hole that used to be this window, you see a massive ogre. This is easily the largest ogre you have ever seen. It's the size of a giant. That's how old and formidable this ogre is. I need everyone to roll for initiative. So, Hagar, you want to click on your character's token
Mm-hmm.
and then look on your character sheet and hit initiative.
Okay.
Click on the token first and then hit initiative.
Yeah. Click on the token. Clicking on the token. Character sheet. And initiative. Come on, mouse.
All right, and because he is not here, you guys are Well, I'll tell you what. I'll roll for Chris Head's character. You guys decide what you want him to do.
Okay.
All right.
We can definitely decide what would Chris do.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
All right.
Yep. Very well.
Let me click on this dude. They changed the way layers work. It made them a little easier to use, but it takes them getting used to because they completely change their location. All right. Where is... Here he is. All right. So, let's get rid of this... well, not get rid of, but let's put that in the background. And let's look for our fighting music. Damn, I
did
hope
the same Hero of Flame.
you did not. Perhaps after this fight, if you survive.
Yep.
All right. Also, from where you're sitting, Torka and Loomis, you guys have a little bit straighter shot outside this window. You can see behind this ogre are the bodies of several of the City Watch.
Okay.
Torka, you would think this thing may have come in from outside the city gates and just sort of killed its way into the interior.
Okay.
All right, so let's put everybody into descending order. And oh yeah, hang on, we got to put Soren Lorenzen in there. Y'all remind me to kill Chris Head. All right, so
Excuse me.
Soren will be at 11. Stokel, I think you've got the dexterity advantage here.
Okay.
Andy's actually here.
Yeah,
So
and
are
you're
each of
actually
these
here.
squares 10?
Each of these squares are in fact 5. In fact,
Five, okay.
if you click on the ruler on the left side where it says measure, it'll show you 5, 10, 15.
Okay.
It shows you in
Yeah.
feet. You can move specifically you have 30 feet of movement. So if you click on your token, the left number and the red circle is that's your hit points. Whenever something hits you, you can just, like let's say you take 10 points of damage, you can click inside that red circle, type -10, hit enter, and it'll do the math for you. The middle number is your armor class, which is currently 16. And your movement is in the blue bubble to the right. That is 30. So for you,
Okay.
that's going to be six squares.
Okay.
All right, Stokel, you're up. What would you like to
Okay.
do, sir?
Okay. Being the first to react, he sees this harpoon hit the table. He glances briefly to make sure there's no note on it for him, but seeing that this is hostile, he is going to move to the side of the hole that it just made. So I'm guessing that's like 5 to 10. Is he like behind cover here, or is this part of the wall?
No, you can. You're just looking out a window.
Yep. Okay. So he's gonna get here, and then for his action, he's gonna cast Aid, which he'll use on his 3 companions that are within 30 feet. And it gives +5 hit points to 3 creatures within range. Actually, to make it simple, I'll cast it on myself, Torka, and Loomis.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the action, and then he's just gonna look out the window and kind of assess things because he wasn't able to see the bodies and stuff, but he's gonna look around and try
All
to
right.
see who we're dealing with.
All right. So you look outside, you see this massive ogre. Again, easily the largest ogre that you've seen. You guys have seen some ogres. But he's more like giant size instead of just being ogre size. Like he is large and formidable. He's carrying in his hand, one hand is carrying like a giant glaive. It's like a pole arm with like a large, curved blade on it. Well, it's not curved; it's kind of edged, but the edge of the blade's kind of curved. And then in his other hand, he has like a harpoon that has what looks to be maybe 60 feet worth of rope attached to it. All right. Next up is
Okay.
is
Hey, sorry. Quick mechanical question.
yeah.
So the spell slots, like it has slots total and slots remaining. Should we be at full? Should it match the
Yes.
slots total in each category?
Yes. So however
Okay.
many spell slots it says that you should have, the max that's what you should have.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
You are welcome.
And I've used one now.
Let me do that on Chris Head's sheet as well. All right. Wait, what did you use?
I cast aid, so I marked.
Oh, that's right. Is that
spell slot.
is that a concentration or no?
It's not.
Okay. All right. Did you want to do anything else?
Nope. I think that's it.
So Torka and Loomis, remember that you each have 5 temporary hit points. So any damage that you take, those 5 are going to go first, and then the rest will carry over into your actual hit points. All right, next up is Soren. What would you like Soren to do?
If you guys would like, Soren could join us now.
Oh, is he actually here?
Yep.
Yes, we'd like him to join us now.
Yes, absolutely. If Chris Head is actually here, he should be in here and playing rather than.
He said, "I am getting on now. If that is okay." So I just said, "Get on."
Good Lord, knowing Christopher, that could. I'm getting on now. That could be. Oh my God, he's actually here.
Hey, sorry guys, I have been being worked like a dog, and I passed out, and here I am. So sorry.
You're in combat. You did pretty good in initiative, and it's your turn. Ready, set, go.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, we can fill you in later, but there's a big ass ogre that's gonna kill the town.
Oh God. Okay.
Well, in fairness, the only thing he's done so far, he's killed some city watch because you can see the bodies behind him. But the only thing he's done so far is throw a harpoon at Torka.
Oh God.
Through the window.
All right, let's get
A large, very large, giant ogre-sized harpoon.
Harpoon. Okay. What was it? There we go. Let's see. Moving it in, getting it. Go. Let's see. Oh wow! Look at that. All right. Character sheet. You are here somewhere. Ah. Oh my God. What a lovely character. What a handsome figure Soren Lawrenson is. All right. And let me see.
Less looking in the mirror, more fighting.
I know. Yeah,
Don't worry about your money right now.
Exactly. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, come on. Let me be able to move this damn map. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get this map. Okay. Why can I not move the map? Oh, that's right. No, can't do it that way.
You have to be
that's
on
right.
on the pointer.
Yeah, there we go. Now I gotta be able to find where my character is.
Literally right here.
Right there. Okay. And where's this? Where's the beast that we're fighting?
Right here.
Oh, wow, excellent. Okay, there we go. Back to basics, is it? Okay, so here we are. And get my character sheet, and we will we'll go with lightning bolt,
All
and
right.
we will we'll do lightning bolt, and we will
We guessed wrong.
what's that?
Before you got here, we were saying, what would Soren do? We were all going to cast Fireball.
Oh, yeah.
We
Sorry,
guessed
go ahead.
wrong.
Go
Well,
ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't want to burn down the town because I know
Yeah.
I know that's exactly what I'll end up doing. All right.
This is new Soren. This new Soren. Huh?
Well, you remember I was getting better. You know,
smarter,
Okay.
wiser Soren.
Okay,
Yeah.
real quick.
Just-
Just why
Yeah.
I knew Soren.
yeah,
Lightning bolt will also catch stuff on fire.
gotcha.
It even explicitly says it in the spell description. It says if you know this is if it's flammable, it's going to go up.
Yeah, gotcha. Then I will. Let's see. I'm going to. Let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do elemental affinity
Okay.
and make it a an ice attack. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Instead of so that way it will not burn anything. And let me see.
So you're changing the
Plus-
damage from lightning damage to cold damage.
Yes, the cold
Okay.
damage.
Okay.
And all right, here we go. Get my character sheet back up, and I'm trying to remember how I do this. I do this with pressing on there, lightning bolting, and I think I did it that way. Or do I press on the damage type? Or do
Okay,
I
so
press-
if you look on your character sheet on the front page,
Yep.
it's got an actual lightning bolt attack that you can click on
Yeah, and that's what I was clicking
under
on.
attacks and spellcasting.
Yeah, and I was hitting lightning bolt, and it's not doing the thing.
And then sometimes it asks you what level
Oh,
or something like
Yeah,
that.
you may have to
Fireworks.
move the window.
There we go. Gotcha. That's what it is. Thank you. Good Lord, it's Jonathan. I love it. Okay. And here we go.
Hey,
All right, so this ogre is very ragey,
Mhm.
very angry, very violent, and also quite stupid. All of this mixed together gives him advantage on saving throws against magical effects from spells.
Ah, gotcha.
So he will roll his dexterity saving throw with advantage, looking for a DC 18. He gets a 22. So he does dodge out of the way in time of this icing bolt,
Mm-hmm.
but he does take a little bit of damage. He takes
Takes
15.
half. Yeah, sweet.
All right, very good. Did you
All right.
did you want to do anything else?
Let's see. I will do one thing, and I will move over to here. That's what I'll do.
All right.
Cool.
Next up is Loomis.
Okay. So can he shoot? Can he have an open line of sight to shoot through the hole?
He
To see the.
yeah, because he can see through this window. This is the window that or no, this is the window. Pardon me. That he used the harpoon through on Torka. From there, you'd be able to see him, or you'd see part of him at least.
Okay. If I let's see, move over to the door, will I have a good shot?
Yeah, you can open the door and hit him from there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And as far as I have 3 attacks, how does that work with the range? Do I have to? Is reloading in action
It would
on the
be if
crossbow?
you didn't have the crossbow expert feat. So crossbows have a feature called loading, which means you can you have to reload them after you fire, which typically means if you have multiple attacks in a round and you use the crossbow, you can only use it the one time. You can ignore that. You don't
Okay.
have to worry about the loading property. You've used it so much that you can just load it, fire, load it, fire, load it, fire.
Okay. Well, that's what I want to do then. Rah, take that, you dirty ogre. And then,
So on your character sheet, there will literally be a place on there in the middle under attacks and spellcasting where it says heavy crossbow.
heavy crossbow.
All right, 17 misses. It dings off this guy. This guy's wearing like kind of a breastplate. It's like a big heavy breastplate, and the crossbow bolt kind of dings off of him and falls.
Okay. I'll do it again.
That one hits. Go ahead and click heavy crossbow underneath there where it's just heavy under the 100 400, and that'll give you the damage.
Okay.
All right, so you hit him for 10 points of damage. And then make your third shot.
Okay.
Ooh, that's you rolled a 1. That misses him. Again, just kind of dings off of his front armor.
Okay. And then he'll, let's see, that was, and then he'll kind of back up over here like that.
Okay.
And that'll end his turn.
All right. Next up is the ogre. The ogre is going to move, and he kind of lets out like a determined growl, like moves up 5, 10, 15, comes through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah!
Completely destroying that section of the front of the building. He makes one attack at Stokel and Torka with his glaive. So he can bring this glaive kind of in an arc that can hit the both of you. So, let's see here. Glaive. He does not have advantage. He's looking for a 16 or a 17 and a 21. All right, so he gets a 22. 22 hits both of you, and it does 22 slashing damage. So Cole and Torka both, you will take 22 slashing damage.
Done.
The next one, his next
Don't
attack.
forget your temporary hit point.
Yeah,
Oh,
remember to take that
shit.
5
Yep.
off first. And
Yep.
then he's going to attack Loomis with the same glaive. 18 hits. Loomis, you take 14 slashing damage.
Okay. So really 9.
Yeah, because of those 5 HP.
Mm-hmm.
And now he is going to launch that harpoon at Soren across the bar. 23.
Yeah.
Soren,
Let me.
you get
let's see,
hit.
looking.
Because I don't. We see shield. Yeah, you can use shield if you want to. If you
Yeah, I
have
want to
it.
use shield. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So you
I was
you
looking for it.
you manage to get your shield up in time, and his harpoon kind of clings against it, and you see him pull it back angrily.
Good.
All right, that will end his turn. Next up is Torka. Torka, you just got sliced. How'd it feel?
Felt good to be alive.
Yes.
So can I get outside? I don't know what the situation is with
You'd have
walls
to
coming down.
at
and-
this point. You could rush past Loomis through the door, or you can go out the window here, or go out the window over here. This part of the wall right here. Hang on here. Let me get back to the ruler. This part of the wall here no longer exists.
Okay.
Where the ogre is. But you cannot get past the ogre.
All right. So I'm gonna try and rush. I mean, clearly, I want to try and get on this side of this ogre. So I want to try and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there.
Okay.
And then I want to try and smack this thing with my vicious war pick.
Okay.
Don't remember this game. All right, let's.
So
do
under
it.
under attacks.
You can
Oh
do
no, I
this.
see it. I see it. So
All right. You actually had advantage on him with Cole.
You have advantage. Yeah.
But a 16
take
would
a
not hit him,
23.
but the
Yeah,
23
I'll
would
take
hit him.
the 23. Yeah.
Yeah. So you do hit, and you do 12 piercing and 3 radiant.
But I want to pump some smite into that.
Okay. I mean, it's not a
So-
crit, but you certainly can.
Let's pump a second level smite in there.
Okay. So that's going to be 15 plus 9 is 24.
Okay, so real quick, smite is 2 spell slots.
You used it at second level, so that's a second level spell slot.
And those are on my spell sheet.
Under spells, yeah, you're going to
Yep.
look at your sheet and see where it says. Hang on, let me find your sheet. So close this up. Close command. Close cure wounds. This is cluttering your screen. So see where it says second
Got
level
it.
spells. You
Yeah.
would you would have had 3 to begin
So I'll
with.
go down to 1.
No. You've only used.
Oh,
So
I've
you would have
only
had
used
3.
1.
You've only used a 1 second
Yeah.
level spell slot, so
So
you
I'll
would
go
only
down to
go.
2.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, most
Got
of our sheets weren't at full spell slots for whatever reason.
And as Trey just pointed out, everything on my sheet's been opened.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You guys do that a lot. All right.
Well, I don't think I've touched this sheet literally in 2 years.
You were down to like
Okay.
4 hit points when you guys beat the bad guy last time in Luteska.
Hell yeah.
All right. So does that end your turn?
So with I'm gonna slip down to here, and that will end my turn.
All right. So at the end of your turn, let me see. The ogre is going to use one of his legendary actions to make a glaive attack. And he's going to make that glaive attack at you, Torka.
Okay.
29. Does that hit you?
Yes, it does.
You take 29 slashing damage.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yeah, every time this glaive hits, it does 3d10 plus 7.
Ooh.
All right.
And Torka, you are looking rough.
Yeah. So we're at the start now of the second round. Stokel, you are up. Torka's getting shredded. What are you doing?
Yeah. Stokel is wondering.
You can TT
But he's-
in fear as a free action.
No, he's going to start by moving 5 feet. And 1 second. Just reading. All right. Cole's gonna try one of his dirty old tricks and cast Tasha's hideous laughter.
All right.
So I think I can figure out how to put it in the chat at least.
It's on your spells. Look on your spell. There you go. All right. So what is
Yeah.
okay? DC is 18. Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Got advantage, but wisdom and it's yeah.
He fails. He came one short. So
Oh.
he begins laughing,
Okay.
and it's an unpleasant laughter.
But there's sharding going on with it.
He's not meant to laugh.
Yeah, that might be mine. You might be to get mine sharding.
All right. So
But if it works, it works.
he is currently laughing. Let's put an icon on him. This is fine. So he is prone. He's prone and laughing. And we'll put a little concentration thing on you.
Okay. Okay, then I am going to call out to my teammates and say, don't hit him until we're all ready. Because he might be laughing for a while if we don't hit him. And then I'll use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Torka.
Okay.
Which I don't remember what it does, but I see on my card that it's a bonus action.
It's
so
it's under attacks and spell casting.
Oh, I should do that instead of in
Yeah.
the spell list. Yep. Okay, 1 second. Healing Word. And I'll do a level 1 for now. Heals by 8. Well, not much.
All right, Torka, you got 8 points of
Bless
healing.
you, bless you. I give you a big loving thumbs up.
All right, Soren. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Stokel. Is that in your turn?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
All right, Soren, you're up.
All right.
Fireball!
Oh, I think I've got something pretty heinous. 1 second. I need to plug in my computer. It seems to be like I'm about to lose my battery.
Yeah, we need that. We need power.
Yeah.
Do not get disconnected after we had to wait an hour and 20 minutes for you to be here.
I am so sorry. I am still recovering from doing 26 hours in 2 days.
Christopher, did you even realize that Hagar's here?
Yes, I do. I do know that Hagar's here. Yeah. But it took a while for me to, even though, I saw him on here, it took me a while for me to realize that Jonathan was on after, forever.
That
It was
is
like, oh
amazing.
my
what
God.
are you doing?
Yeah.
What is Soren doing?
Yes. Well, okay, Soren is gonna stride up here. 1, Okay, 5, 10, 15, and I see how he's brought low my comrade, for a second, and Soren's not having it. So let me get my character sheet, and he's going to cast utilizing, what's the dang thing called again?
There's no spell called utilizing. You're making shit
Yeah,
up.
yeah, exactly. He's going to heighten his spell, and he's going to cast disintegrate.
Okay.
And here we go. Let me
Oh.
take off the because he's never used it successfully. Let's see.
That won't hurt you.
It's called
Sorcery
disintegrate.
points. Yep. And let's cast disintegrate. And
Sounds dangerous.
it is dangerous. It's my
It
highest
can
level
be.
spell.
It can be. All right, DC 18 dexterity save. Let's see here.
At disadvantage.
Creature.
So that might be just regular.
Yeah, for him to
save,
be
I don't
normal
know.
because he would have that trait that lets him have the advantage. So it'll be at normal because it's a heightened spell, right?
Yep, it's a heightened spell.
All right, and that's a dexterity save. He does not roll out of the way, and he takes 68 points of force damage. Part of his shoulder and chest disappeared, fall away into black ash.
Whoa.
But it does not kill him.
Damn.
And he stops laughing.
I would imagine so.
Because
Jonathan.
once you attack this guy, the Tasha's hideous laughter wears off.
Oh yeah, I know. Sorry,
All right.
Jonathan.
Anything else you want to do?
I will. Let's see. That was 5, 15, 20, 25. I'll move over to here. Okay, cool.
All right. At the end of your turn,
Mhm.
the ogre makes one glaive attack against you.
All right, okay. I'll cast shield if I need to.
And he's raging like a barbarian.
Yep.
But he only gets a normal attack because he's also prone. So he's got to hit a 19. And he misses. All right. Had he hit, he would have hit Loomis as well.
Ooh, that's it.
All right. That'll end Soren's turn. Next up is Loomis.
All right, Loomis is gonna charge with a big battle cry over here and get in front of guard his new buddy, hopefully Torka, and then attack with his great battle axe. Let's see here. So 1.
19 does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Nice.
Nice. That should be a crit, I think. Okay.
For you, okay, so the 19 was not a roll. You rolled an 8, but you had a +4 from your strength, a +5 from your proficiency, and a +2 because it's a great axe +2. You have to roll a 19.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So if your stuff adds up to a 20, like let's say in that case you would have rolled a let me see, 9, 11. You would have rolled a 9, and that would have given you a 20. That's not a critical. It has to be the roll itself.
Yeah, like a 19 plus all that other stuff would be what it would.
Yeah. So you rolled an 8. So in that case, it doesn't trigger your extra thing. All right. So he takes 11. go ahead. No, 16 is not enough to hit him through that breastplate. So make your
Okay.
third attack. Oh wait, these are prone. So all right, so these would be with advantage. So you have we'll count those 2 16s as one. Neither one of those hits. Now on your character sheet, you should see up towards the top there should be a toggle, I think, where it says advantage. A little
Yes.
button. Click
Yeah.
on that, and now make your attack, and it'll roll
Okay.
it twice. It'll roll it with advantage. 13 and 29. 29 hits. So go ahead and roll your damage on that one. Another 8. All right, very good.
All right. And then so he'll stay right there. I don't know if he can just he's trying to guard Torka.
That's fine. He can't be in Torka's space though, so he
Yeah.
has to stay there. Okay.
Okay. That'll
All
be my
right.
turn.
At the end of your turn, the ogre, you guys watch as the ogre takes a deep breath and kind of stretches his muscles and kind of cracks his neck a little bit. And his wounds start to heal up.
Ogre.
Let me see. He would be. All right. Very good. Next. Okay, so that'll end Loomis's turn. Next is the ogre's turn. He will spend half his movement to get up. He is going to make 3 attacks. One is going to be at Cole, one's going to be at Soren, and one's going to be at Torka. If he hits, or no, at Loomis. If he hits the one on Loomis, it's also going to hit Torka.
Okay. And then can I ask a question about how you said he healed? Does that mean like we have to assume that some of the damage we've already done, he came back?
Yes. When I say his wounds are closing up, that's kind of like your fighter has the second wind ability. He has a legendary action that'll take 2 actions where he can kind of heal himself.
Okay.
All right. So he uses half his movement to stand back up. He makes the first attack at Cole with that glaive. And 20 hits you, I think, Cole? Cole, yes, no? All right,
Yes,
let me click on your token. 17, yeah, it hits. Cole, you take 25 slashing damage. And I need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. Well, actually, no, you don't have to because you're not concentrating.
Not concentrating.
Yeah. All right, the next attack is going to be at Soren. Oh, I forgot. These would be with advantage because he's raging.
Raging.
Oh, were these not? Oh, no, okay. Could you guys not see that one? It says to GM. I think you guys couldn't see that last attack.
No,
I can
I
see
can
any
see
of my
any
attacks.
of your attacks.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I would have told me. Okay.
But we trust you.
All right, so
Implicitly.
this is going to be at Soren.
Yep.
28 hits
28.
you.
Damn. Yeah, 28 will hit me even if I had cast shield.
You take 24 slashing damage.
All right.
And then the next one is at Loomis. If he hits Loomis, it's also going to hit Torka.
Which is dirty meta.
It is dirty meta, but I like it. All right.
Yeah!
14 does not hit Loomis, so he swings that around at Torka and Loomis, and they're both able to duck out of the way. All right, that'll end his turn. Next up is Torka.
All right. Okay, so Torka is going to. Actually, I don't even. Torka doesn't even have to move to attack.
No, and Torka has advantage right now with Cole.
Because of Stokel. So Torka's going to do some vicious war pick. 20 will hit. I assume 20 will hit.
20 does hit. That's
Uh,
13 points of damage.
Let's do some smite. Another 19.
Dear God. All right.
And then let's before Torka ends his turn, taking off my level 3 spell there. Before Torka ends his turn, it's Stokel's. Alright, there's a reason for this. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm gonna yell, bring him down! And that'll end Torka's turn.
What did you say? You buzzed out.
Bring him down.
Oh,
Bring him down.
I forgot he could do this. Torka. After you
Yes.
make your attack and before you move, I'm going to put you back over there.
Okay.
After you hit him, he tries to sweep the leg on you to knock you prone. I need a DC 17 strength saving throw.
Okay. So, strength saving throw?
Yep.
You just click on strength.
It's at the top of your saving
Yeah,
throws
I
list.
know. But do I get plus to that?
It already adds it in automatically.
For
Wait, you mean your plus
for
10
my aura
or
of
your aura?
protection?
What is your aura? What is how much? I think it's your Constitution
It's
modifier.
my charisma.
Oh, it's your charisma. What is your current charisma modifier?
My charisma is 4.
Okay, so we'll see if it adds 4 when you make this strength saving throw.
All right, so I just hit strength, right? So strength.
All right, so you got a 13 plus. Did it add the plus 4? It
Yeah,
did. It
plus
did add
4
your
for
plus 4.
17.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, plus 4 for your. I'm looking at the 13 because you wouldn't have advantage on this. 13 is what you rolled, and it's you rolled a 9
Rolled a
plus.
9.
I'm just looking at making sure it added it that it added your
okay,
strength modifier.
Okay.
So you needed a DC 17. You didn't get it. You're knocked prone. So
Spinning on my shell.
let's see here. You're knocked prone. Now you've got 30 feet of movement. Did you want to spend half of it to get up?
Yep.
All right. You are able to do that. Now you only have 15 feet of movement.
Okay. So the mechanic on that was if. So you only have to strike him. You don't have to wound him or anything else. You just have to hit him.
Yes, if you hit him with a melee weapon, if you miss, he can't do it. If you hit him with a melee weapon, he can take that opportunity to sweep the leg. He brings the staff of his glaive down under your legs, try to knock you off balance. I forgot to do it the previous two.
No.
Previous
I
round.
just want to understand the mechanic.
So if you hit him, he can make an attempt to try to knock you prone.
All right, so I'm going to move. I'm still going to go 5, 10, 15.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Next up, we're at the top of round 3. Cole, you're up.
Okay, so I know this is a giant-sized ogre, but can you remind me of what that means in terms of like how tall he is? He's like
He's about 20 feet tall.
Cole is going to conjure animals, and he's thinking 4 animals of so this is up to the DM, but he's summoning 4 beasts of challenge rating 1/2 or lower. So he's envisioning black bears, but it's up to the DM.
Let's see. I think black bears are fine. Let me try to go find them. Because I think I
Really?
have a sheet where those are on there. Let me.
Yeah.
But then I might not.
Well, there is a black bear in my folder on under player characters.
I'm talking about the
I don't
token
know if
point.
that helps any.
I'm talking about. No, it won't help. Because if I.
This will just be the character sheet. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me find. Where did we go? What is that laughing sound in the background? Is somebody's kids laughing, or somebody's house haunted?
I think it's Polo.
No.
No.
It's been pretty regular.
Yeah, it's coming from your audio. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know what it is.
You got a ghost, dude.
Maybe it is Polo. Let
The
me post
bird?
Polo in the chat. No, the bird's downstairs. I'll post Polo.
Dagnabbit, I had to move off of the map, and now I've lost where we were. Once you're on a map and you have to move off of it, it can be a pain to try to get back to it. Here we are. Okay. So bear.
It sounded like. Is he snoring or dreaming?
So he was snoring on the floor.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it's coming through your audio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn my audio off for a minute.
You don't have to.
Right, so what are you casting?
I am casting Conjure Animals,
Okay.
which will allow me to summon a certain number of animals to anywhere within a 60-foot range
Okay.
myself. And the number of animals like changes how I'll say how big the animals or how strong the animals are.
Okay.
So I'm casting 4 animals, but then what animals show up is not always up to me. I might have a picture in my mind of what's going to show up, but it's not entirely consistent.
Yeah, 4 black bears are fine. So where you should be able to drag and drop these things yourself.
Yep. Okay.
So you can just they cannot be on top of somebody else. And and this black bear cannot be half in the wall because this portion of wall is still up. Right here.
Okay.
The only portion that's gone is the part where the ogre is.
Okay. So he could be all the way in there with me. Maybe.
Yeah, because you can see that space. And remember, you have to be able to see the space where you want him to be going.
Okay. So then maybe this one over here I can't see.
Yeah, because I don't think you can see through him.
See through the ogre. So. Let me think. What do you think is realistic? This guy would just be behind me, maybe?
I mean, if that's where you want him.
Yeah, I can't really see another space.
We can say that.
Or maybe out the window over here or something.
Yeah, that's probably fine. Because you can still move him.
Okay.
He'll still have movement.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
I'll
so
go with
you are
that.
concentrating.
Yep.
All right.
And
What's the
let me-
initiative?
They go at the end of his turn.
Okay. Did you hear me say that?
What's
did.
the initiative? Yeah.
Well, I guess my
Okay.
little pause button isn't working well.
Let me think. If I can use my bonus action to cast another healing word.
Yeah, you can still see. Well, who are you looking for?
Soren. Can I see Soren over there?
Not from where you are, because Soren
Okay.
went out the door earlier,
Yeah,
or no,
makes
out the
sense.
window.
Yeah,
So
I'll
I would
hold the,
say,
I'll hold the spell points.
okay.
I'll just hold on to it. Okay, and I marked off the conjure animals already, so I will move to here and end my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, the ogre is going to aim at the black bear, and if he hits, he's also going to hit Torka and Loomis.
Oh, you're welcome, guys.
I like his chances because the bear's AC is only 11,
Yeah.
and he's raising and gets advantage.
Dirty meta.
17 hits the
Yeah.
bear,
Okay.
so the bear takes 26 slashing. That ends the bear's career,
Yeah.
and it also
So
hits.
he's-
It also hits Loomis and Torka for 26 points.
I love my mighty 21 armor class.
This thing, dude, this thing is like way stupidly powerful. It gets on its attack rolls, it gets a plus 12 to hit. All right. I wanted your first night back to be memorable.
Mhm.
All right, next up is Soren.
All right. Soren is weighing his options. Let's see. Making sure that he's. Yeah, I think. Well, this is what Soren's going to do. He's going to try something new. And he's going to go ahead and he's going to use. He's going to heighten his spell and he's going to cast Finger of Death.
Okay.
Death! Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Impending doom.
Bending Doom. Let's see. Finger of Death. And cast.
Jesus Christ, Chris Head.
Whoa.
DC 18. He does have a +8 con save. He would get advantage, but you heightened it, so he's only doing it at normal.
Yep.
Big roll.
He failed. He takes 70 points of damage.
That's a dirty little finger, Chris.
I think if
I
you
know.
had killed him, wouldn't he have like returned as a zombie under your control?
Yeah, he would. He would
Yeah.
return as a zombie.
All right.
Oh,
That
man.
what
That
the hell
would've
would
been-
I do with it?
Yeah, the rest of the campaign. Who cares
I was
what
gonna
you do?
say.
You'd walk through
With
walls.
that, Christopher, what do you do with your zombie?
You would walk through walls everywhere.
All right.
Oh yeah.
At the
But he's not dead?
No, he is
He's-
not dead.
Mhm.
Does that end your turn, Soren?
Yeah. Just one thing. I'll yell out, Loomis, hold your position so you can keep. So you can have a better chance at hitting him. In other words, advantage.
Wow.
All right.
Dirty.
That's like the
Dirty,
filthiest of meta.
The filthiest of meta.
It was clean up to a point.
Yeah, that
Torque,
was like
hold my position.
that was like you had the meta in a gravy boat, and then you just poured the meta
Gravy
all
boat
over
meta.
everything. All right.
I definitely spread it around my nipples. Okay, there we go.
You
That's the
freak.
end of my turn.
All right,
man.
it's Loomis's turn.
Okay,
Fine,
so if I move back from him, that'll be attack of opportunity, right? Even if I'm
No, his glaive has a 15-foot range, so you'd have to move outside of 15 feet, which is 3 squares.
okay. Yeah, okay. He'll stay where he is for right now. And attack again.
So you have advantage now
Yes, because he's on the other side.
because you can draw. Yeah, you have an ally directly across on the other side.
Ah, take that.
All right, that hits. Let's see the damage. 15 points of damage, and hang on, because he's going to use his reaction to try to sweep the leg and try to knock you down. I need a DC 17 strength saving throw.
Alrighty. Let's see. Saving throws. Strength. Just click on the word strength.
Yep, under saving throws. All right, so you are within 10 feet of Torka. Torka, what's your bonus? +4?
+4.
So that brings you up to an
+4, yep.
18. So you managed to not be knocked prone.
Okay. Alright. Well,
By the power of Mordor. What's your god's name again?
What the hell?
Moradin. Yeah.
Moradin, yeah.
Moradin.
Sorry.
Better than Mordor. Or Greyskull.
Utter not that black speech in this game.
By the power of Greyskull.
That's what Gandalf calls it in the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
I dare not utter that black speech here.
take this, you bastard.
Oh, okay. So that is a crit, John. The green number.
Yeah.
The green number means that you rolled a 20, a natural 20. So it's going to roll, when you click on Great Axe +2, it's going to roll your damage dice twice. So you did 18 points of damage.
Alright, so far I've done 33. Okay. Does he get to do his dirty leg sweep, or is that just a one-time thing?
So he uses that as a reaction. He only has one reaction
Okay.
per turn, per round, or per round.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then again, you son of I don't want to use that word, but
All right, that works. Go ahead and roll your damage. Another 13.
okay. Okay.
Nice.
Ah!
Shaking him down, shaking him down.
Does that end your turn?
That ends Loomis's turn.
All right. At
Dirty
the
damage.
end of your turn, he is going to try to hit Stokel with his glaive. Or no, he's going to try to hit the black bear with the glaive. Because if he hits the black bear, that'll hit Stokel.
Yeah, you're assuming the black bear has a worse AC than me.
He does.
Only true by a little.
I was the one that put it on his token. I know what he has. All right, so that does
you
hit
would
the.
see when it hit us all of us anyway.
So the black bear takes 17 points of slashing and is not dead. Oddly enough, Stokel,
Yeah.
you take 17 points of slashing, and you need to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw to maintain your spell.
And am I not within Torka's radius?
You are outside of
50.
Torka's radius, which is 10 feet.
Yep. Okay.
It'll be 30 feet when I hit 18.
I do have advantage on Constitution saving throws if that matters.
You
But
do? From
I-
what?
From Warcaster, I think.
Oh yeah, Warcaster, yeah. You have you have advantage on concentration spells. You're right.
Yeah, specifically for concentration. But that gives me a 14 instead of a 12. That's enough.
Well, no, you had to make a DC 10. It's half the damage you took, or 10.
Okay.
So if it would be less than 10, it just rounds up to 10. So yeah, you made it.
Okay.
Your bears are still there.
All right.
All right.
The bears.
Next is the ogre.
Who will
Ooh.
hit
this?
everybody based on armor class 10 bears?
When is the bears attack?
They attack at the end of John's turn.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So they missed. I think they missed a chunk, but that's okay.
Yeah, you didn't attack with them when you brought them
Yeah.
out. You just ended your
All
turn,
right.
and I was like, I was fine to let you.
Okay.
I was
They're
like, he's
sleepy bears.
he's planning
They just woke
something.
up.
He's got something up his sleeve. I know Stokes. This is all a ruse. He's lulling me into a false sense of security. All right. So 3 glaive attacks. The first one is going at the black bear again next to Cole, so that he can hit Cole with the same sweep. That hits, or he would have had advantage on that, but I don't care. He hit.
It hit us. Yeah.
So that's gonna end the bear.
Ouch.
And Cole, you take 23 points of damage.
Got it.
And he's gonna make one more attack at Cole with advantage. This matters this time because he's not trying to hit a bear's AC. 23 hits you, I think.
Yes.
You take another 17 slashing.
I know. Okay. Cole is looking terrible.
And then the third attack is going to be at Cole. The ogre smelling the blood in the water. 29
Ow.
for 17 slashing.
He
Cole
goes down.
is down. He is prone. He is no longer concentrating. That's the good news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bears are gone.
But he is prone and he is dying. So the bears go away. Torka, that's how you know something bad happened on the other side. That and probably Cole screamed like a little girl.
I saw bears that came up, did nothing, and disappeared.
All right. That'll be the end of his turn. Next up is Torka.
Okay, Torka is going to step to here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so is this wall still open?
It is. The only part of the wall that is destroyed is here where the ogre is. But that also includes the door currently.
But this is a door or a window?
This is a window. You can go through that window as part of your normal movement. It'll just shatter. You don't have to use your action to dive inside or anything. You can just go through the damn thing.
Probably not much left anyway with the ogre shattering the wall not but 5 feet away. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. It's been so damn long.
What is it you want
I
to
think
do?
my
Let's
laying
start
on
there.
hands
Mhm.
laying on hands is an action. Okay.
It is, and you have to be next to whoever you're trying to heal. You have to physically touch them.
Touch myself. All right. I will vicious war pick this guy.
All right. You have advantage.
Yeah.
All right. That hits. 15 points of damage.
pump a level 3 smite in.
Plus an
another
additional
24.
24. You got a lot out of that third level.
Let me take it off.
This guy's starting to look rough for a ogre master.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to move 5.
Well, wait a minute. I think you get to make 2 attacks when you attack.
Oh,
You're a 13th level paladin. I don't think you've been doing it.
I haven't because I don't remember this game. All right, so I'm going to hit him again.
That hits 6 points of damage. Ooh, that was on the low end.
Put the last level 3 smite I got in there for another 8.
Another 18. All right. Very good. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yes. All right. That takes off my last spell point. Okay. I want to move. So I've gone 5, so I want to go 10.
All right. Now, you are within 15 feet of this dude, but he can't see you. So that is going to provoke opportunity when you go through the window.
Okay.
So he will take a shot at you with that glaive. 18 does not hit you.
Okay.
So you hear
was
the glaive kind of strike against the wall that where outside where you just went through the window. And
Wonder.
he grunts
The winder.
menacingly.
Wonder.
So that'll be 10. 15. I think I want to end here. 1 sec. Yeah. So I'll end there.
Okay.
If I need help. Yeah, I'll end there.
All right.
There's all kinds of new tools here.
We're
All
at the
right.
start of round 4. Next up is Stokel. I need a death saving throw, please.
Sweet. Don't get to do that every first adventure.
Woohoo!
Alright.
The day is mine!
Please join us again.
Huzzah! All
Yes.
right. You have a 1 save or 1 successful death saving throw. Next up
Okay, I'll mark
is
it.
Soren.
All right. Let's see. Soren. 5.
And Soren and Torka
10. Yep.
and Loomis, from where you guys are, you've been close enough to this thing. You can see this thing, its naked, blubberous, but powerful body is covered in caked, dried mud.
Let's see. Keep dried mud. Okay. All right. I will quicken my next spell. First casting Cone of Cold, and then the second one will be Firebolt.
All right. I think we've got a draggable for Kona Cold. Let me look.
Gotcha. In fact, actually, I'll back up just a little bit.
All right. You do not provoke opportunity because you are still in this thing's range.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Where isn't there?
Oh, I might have one. I think. I can't remember. I used to have something like that, I thought.
There we go. Spell effects. Cone of Cold.
Ah, there you go.
Dot's powerful.
I'm gonna hopefully be able to put it where it doesn't hit anybody.
She
Well,
chunked
I
the
mean,
ends.
it's
good luck.
it's a big spell, Chris said.
Yeah.
In fact, you're from where you are, you're gonna get civilians as well. I know you don't care about innocent life,
Nope.
I do.
or Soren doesn't, but you are going to kill some innocent bystanders.
Then I will not use Cone of Cold.
Okay.
Rotate it north and get Stokel. Kill him again.
Kill him again.
Yeah, poor Stokel's like, not this shit again.
Exactly. All right.
Here's
not
my new
Cone of
song,
Cold.
My Friends Suck.
All right. It'll be. I will quicken, and it will be lightning bolt and firebolt. That's what I'll do.
All right.
Okay. So.
Whoa,
let
whoa,
me
whoa,
pick
whoa! What are you
Yeah.
planning on doing?
Quickening lightning bolt and quickening it with firebolt.
Okay, even though you quicken, you're still held to the one cantrip and one spell per round.
Okay.
You
Is
can
that not?
you can only cast one spell on your turn,
Yeah.
and then you can cast two spells in a round if one of them is a reaction, aka counterspell.
Oh.
Otherwise,
gotcha.
you are limited because of your action economy. You can only do, even though it changes it to you still can't do more than one spell.
Yeah.
You can do now you can do a
Yeah.
spell. Now, if you want to quicken lightning bolt and then hit him with a firebolt, that's possible.
That's what I was thinking about doing. Was doing quickening lightning bolt, and then that would allow me to cast firebolt. Am I correct?
Firebolt, not fireball.
No, that's what I was saying. Firebolt.
Oh, I thought you were saying fireball.
Yeah. No, it was firebolt.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
I'm slurring. Let's see. Here we go. Okay.
It's the bottle talking.
It's a bottle. It's the exhaustion. All right, here we go. Let's do lightning bolt, and wherever it is, there we go. And then I need to say what level, which is 3. Submit.
All right, DC 18. He has advantage on the save.
Mm-hmm.
17. He comes again. He's one off from ducking out of the way. Instead, he takes the full brunt of the lightning bolt.
Cool.
You see him kind of light up. Little lightning bolt, parts of the lightning bolt goes through, but like little tendrils shoot off towards Torka and Cole, but they're not affected.
And then 1 firebolt.
All right. Unfortunately, you do not hit him because remember he's got that armored breastplate up front, and that absorbs the firebolt. Just sort of disperses harmlessly against his armor.
Shoot. Okay. All right.
All right. Is that in your turn?
I will come back over to here and yell out to Lewis, "Get on the other side of him. We'll get him together." Okay, that's it.
Next up is Loomis.
All right. Aye, mate. I could do that. We'll swing away.
Swing away.
All right. Advantage, and then there's 1.
All right, that hits. Oh wait, you've got the heavy crossbow.
Oh,
Okay.
oops. No, I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to do the great axe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just
Should
re-roll.
I go ahead and go with that? Or-
Well, hang on. Let me see. What did you roll? You rolled a 14. You would have had a +5, 19. You would just based off your proficiency alone, you would have had a +5. So that's a 19. Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, should I just go with it?
Well, no, go ahead and re-roll. Just go ahead and do your great axe so you can do the damage off of it again.
Okay.
All right, now hit the great axe +2 damage. All right, 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
And he will use his reaction
Okay.
to sweep the leg. Give me a DC 17 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. 14, you are within 10 feet of Torque Gallo. So you have +4 on that save, bringing it to an 18. So because of Torka, twice now you've managed to stay on your feet.
Nice. And what is that ability from him?
It's
No, that
my
he has
aura
a
of protection.
yeah.
Okay.
As a paladin, he has a protective aura that's based on his charisma. All right, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Another 18. Ooh, this guy's starting to look bad.
And then one more.
Another crit. Roll that big crit damage. 17.
Okay.
It's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So it was 7. That's
Now,
25.
as a champion,
35.
don't you have a feature that will let you re-roll ones on damage?
I think it was just on the. Let me see the hit.
Know your class.
Then-
Know your class abilities.
Yeah, the great
Gary.
weapon. Yeah. When you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage
All
or
right.
an attack, you can make that melee weapon.
So you rolled a 1 on that second roll, on that 1d12. So roll another 1d12. Don't hit the damage again.
Yeah, I'll
It's
just
16.
Yep.
Or no, we'll take the second roll, the 8. So it's 16 plus 8 is 24. That's what we'll take. All right.
Okay. So no RD12.
No, because you went ahead and re-rolled it, and we just took the 16 from the original roll, and then just used the 8 from the second roll.
Okay.
All right. Very good. That's your 3 attacks. Does that end your turn?
Yes, he will stay
Question:
Yeah.
Was two tub muds attack attack back at Loomis considered an attack? I guess when he
No,
attacked.
no.
Okay.
He's just trying to knock you over with his staff once you hit him.
Okay.
You're thinking way too much about this. It's
Just asking.
it's just making you do a saving throw after you hit him, because it reflects him, like trying to knock you over with his staff. It's not doing any damage.
Okay.
All right, Loomis, is that in your turn?
Yes.
All right, next up is the ogre. What does the ogre want to do? Who does the ogre? I think he wants to hit Soren Lawrence and. No, Loomis did just light him the hell up.
I
So
love those
he's
switching the face.
3 attacks at Loomis. All right, this guy hadn't even gotten to use all his legendary actions. He had a pretty good one, but you guys kind of ganged up around him, so he really couldn't use it. All right, so this is going to be at advantage because he's raging. He's making 3 attacks at Loomis, trying to hit AC 16. First one hits. Loomis takes 29 slashing damage.
Okay. Ooh, dangerous. All right. Looking rough.
Second attack is a crit.
Oh man.
This is gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is gonna be like 60-10 plus 7. You take 35 points of damage.
Oh, he's looking rough.
And the third attack.
Man, miss. Come on, miss.
26. That hits. Another 25 points of slashing damage.
And that puts him down, I do believe.
Loomis goes down, struck down by the third blow. You just go to 0 hit points. You don't go to negative 16. All right. So
For emphasis.
Loomis now is bleeding out. And we go to Torca Gallo. The party has 80 hit points left between the two members that are still up. Soren, you owe Loomis, because if he hadn't gotten those 3 hits, this thing would have pounded you.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Although you have a higher AC than Loomis does.
yep.
All right. So let me ask if do I have 2 attacks or do I have 2 actions?
When you take the attack action, you make 2 attacks.
Okay.
You don't have 2 actions. You have 2 attacks when you take the attack action.
I am going to. I'm going to lay on hands.
On who? For how much?
Is it 1-to-1? I'm trying to read.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1.
All right, I'm going to lay on hands for 40. 45 onto Cole Fiery Buckle.
All right,
So
Cole.
that'll take me down to 35 laying on hands.
Woohoo!
Cole, you are still
You already
prone,
marked it.
but you are
I
no
just
longer you're no longer bleeding out.
Okay.
Feeling much better, actually.
And then so Cole Soren. I'm going to try and well. Okay, so I moved earlier around him.
Mm-hmm.
Was that mechanic because there was a busted wall over here?
It was because you can't move through him, and you wanted to be inside, so you went through the window on this side.
Oh,
Earlier there was a door, Hendo, before he had moved in.
okay.
That's
I'm
how.
gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm gonna ready my. I have an action and then I have a reaction.
Yes. You've already used your action to heal Cole.
Alright, so I'm gonna hold my reaction and that'll end my turn.
All right. Next up is the start of round 5. Cole, you are conscious once more, no longer bleeding out. Would you like to use half your movement to stand up?
Not at first.
Okay.
Cole is going to he's going to stay down at first and use his action in desperation.
Okay.
So he's going to try a polymorph on Tub Mud.
Okay.
So affects a creature that I can see within a range and turn it into a new form. So he's going to try to turn this giant ogre into a mouse.
All right. Because of how ragey he is, he'll also have advantage on it.
Okay. So it's a wisdom save. So I'm just gonna take all my chances on this roll.
What is your spell save DC? It'll be on your spell sheet. It'll be at the top. Normally, like when you click on the polymorph spell, because it'll have it on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just do that from now on so I can see that 18 at the bottom. All right, he's got advantage. Let's see. He fails.
Woohoo!
You have turned him into a small mouse.
Okay. So I can move. I don't have an action left, so I'm just gonna move close to him and say to my friends, "Don't kill the mouse. We need to trap him. Trap the mouse." And I'll end my turn like using my feet to barricade the mouse from my direction. Or maybe I can't do that without an action.
Give me. No, because I like the idea of what you're doing. Let's get a. Let's get an acrobatics check. I'm gonna make this. This is a skill check, and the difficulty on this, because this is a mouse, is going to be a 19.
Okay.
Because I don't know if
think
you
I
ever
got
tried to
this.
catch like a mouse or a hamster. They're pretty agile.
Yeah.
True. But the other things that came to mind were like a rabbit, and they're pretty fast too. All right, acrobatics.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
you're able to pin him
Hell
in with
yeah.
your feet.
All right.
And you're
Okay.
and you're very aware he's gonna appear like he's gonna change forms again in like a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Is that in your
Unless he
turn?
bites me hard enough to break my concentration. Yeah, I am my turn.
All right. Next up is Soren.
Uh,
Soren's
let's
like,
see.
I said I cast lightning bolt at the mouse.
Well, that's check, I guess.
My turn's over. I can only yell so loud.
Exactly. All right. Okay, I will. Let's see. I'm trying to see what I could.
Yeah, you're gonna
possibly do.
fireball him.
If you
Exactly. No, I won't.
launch a fireball on this mouse, it's going to set most of this in on fire.
I know. I'm not gonna do that because I know how the.
I'll
powers
kill
of
every
thing work.
NPC in here, Chris Head. I'll have you be a
I know.
wanted man.
Got 17 children will go hungry tonight.
I'm gonna try to try to corral the mouse.
Well, the mouse is
with my
corralled. I
hands?
mean, so you're
Okay,
just
I'm
trying
gonna
to
try
put
to
you're
catch.
trying to put your hands over Stokel's feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grab the mouse.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check, and the DC is going to be 19.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Okay.
Ooh. Not only do you not catch the mouse also TTs on your hand.
Ah. Damn it.
You have mouse tinkle on your hands now, sir.
Okay. Prestidigitation.
Well, that was your action.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it later.
All right.
Okay. That's it. That's my turn.
All right. Next up is Loomis.
What are my options? Just
Death
lay
save.
here
Death saving
and
throw.
wait. Death save and throw. All right.
Yep.
And that is
You don't want to roll a 1.
which where's death saving throw at?
It's under
in the
saving.
middle of your character sheet.
Yeah, in the
You
middle
just
of your
put
character
death
sheet.
saves.
Um,
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
there's
All right. So
where is it at?
on your character sheet. all
There
right,
it is. I see it. I see it.
It says death saves. It says successes, failures. It's under temporary hit points. All right, you got a 17.
Yeah.
So basically, the way that works is when you're dying, each turn it comes back to your turn, or each round that it comes back to your turn, you have to make a death saving throw. You just got a successful one. Anything from 1 to 10 from 10 or above is a success. Below a 10 is going to be a failure. You have 3 successes and you stabilize, and you're no longer dying. If you get 3 failures, you're dead.
Okay.
All right. So next up is the ogre, who is currently a mouse. How far can mice move? Well, he would have to escape. He piddles on your feet, Stokel, on your boots. And there's a little bit of mouse poop down there too.
Oh.
All right, Torka, you're
That's
up.
kind of-
All right. Orca's gonna move. I don't know. We're gonna move 5, and he's gonna look at the mouse in disdain and say, "One of you knuckleheads catch that mouse," and then he will lay hands on the dying half elf he doesn't really know. for 5.
All right, so Loomis, that means that you now have 5 hit points. This stabilizes you, and you are no longer dying. You wake up with 5 hit points. Go ahead and put the 5 on your character.
Okay.
You just click on that red circle where
Yeah.
it says 0 and do a +5, and then hit enter. All right, so you are still prone, but you are conscious with 5 hit points.
Okay.
All right, is that in your turn, Torka?
I actually think I'm going to move down to here in an effort to kind of, and then I'm going to kind of wave my little paladin arms, my little Torka arms, try and get the mouse to go back towards Stokel. That'll end my turn.
All right, the mouse is currently just in between Stokel's feet. Stokel kind of made a cage with his feet around the mouse.
Well, I'm just kind of like, oh,
Okay.
whatever, mouse boy.
All right.
I don't know how to catch a mouse
All right.
in D&D.
We're at round 6. You have 9 more rounds of mouse shenanigans. Stokel, what are you doing? Or do you guys just want to consider the minute passed and then this thing comes back? Or how do y'all want to play this? Otherwise, we have to go through everyone's turn for the next 9 rounds.
I mean, if you smash a mouse with a hammer, does the thing come
Don't
back?
smash the mouse.
No, it'll turn
we
right
should
back
go
into
to-
the...
So what'll happen is it will erase the mouse's HP and however much damage that you do to the mouse, whatever's left over will go through to the ogre, and then the ogre is instantly back.
So would we
Yeah.
then know that we should try and heal up and just get ready to fight an ogre again?
Stokel would know that. He's not communicating as such, but he knows that.
He's going to use his cloak, even take off his cloak if necessary, to try to swoop up the mouse in a bag. So I'm going to try to gain, complete control of the mouse, bagging him up.
All right, do a DC 19 sleight of hand.
Right?
The mouse eludes you.
Okay, then I'll just communicate to my friends: do not kill the mouse. Let's catch the mouse. Do not kill the mouse.
Of course. I'll try to catch the mouse too, when it's my turn.
Okay, it is your turn. I'm done.
Gotcha.
All right, Soren, you're up.
Using shocking grasp. No, I'm kidding. I'll try to catch the mouse. I'll use sleight of hand and see if I can catch it. Catch that pigeon.
All right.
Oh, hey, I got it.
You needed a 19. You are able to catch it in your hands.
Cool.
And it
All
tinkles.
right.
It tinkles more on your hands.
Of course. Okay. Where shall we take it and try to dispatch it there?
That's a Cole.
Yeah.
That's a Cole question.
All right, I'm gonna go get another drink.
Okay.
So y'all
All right, I
figure
guess-
y'all
are
figure
we
this
allowed
out.
to talk out a turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Loomis heard that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, but normally we only talk on our turns in combat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if he's apprehended, maybe we're sort of out of combat. So, so Cole would explain to his friends that if we do damage enough to kill the mouse, then it will turn back into the ogre with the same hit points it had before.
Yeah.
So-
Remember, we used to do this when I turned one of you guys into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And
Yeah.
Well, why don't we drop him in the well over there?
well, then he just
That would just probably
Like, turn
drown
into
the mouse and turn it into an ogre, and then we're
Nope.
fighting the ogre again.
But wouldn't he be
So-
stuck down in the well?
Yeah, but then everybody be pissed off that we jammed a giant dead ogre in their drinking water.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Also, I can keep this concentration up for up to an hour. So we could take him
Okay.
out of town, away from people, at least.
Come off a cliff?
But maybe. But the damage to the mouse when we throw him off the cliff will just kill the mouse, and then he'll turn into an ogre at the bottom of the cliff.
Unless you throw him up in the air, I firebolt him while he's in midair, and then he crashes
Yeah.
to the ground.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, now we're talking.
that is if there's a cliff
So-
nearby. Cliffs are not
So,
really that.
Also, whatever damage is more than would kill the mouse will go through to the ogre.
Gotta be a
So
lot of
can
damage.
we?
All right. Do we have a
Can we
plan, or
do
are we gonna have to
enough damage?
painstakingly go through each round?
Okay, well, Loomis would like to take one of the healing potions that are in his bag.
Oh, let Torka heal you. It's,
Yeah,
it's
don't do
cheaper
that.
that way. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, Torka had a
Let's,
chance to heal him. He only put 5 points into it.
Well, Torga doesn't know him very well, but
Touche.
Hey, buddy, can you help a guy out here? Well,
I'm
he's
gonna
reaching-
look over at you and I'm gonna say, "Drink your potion if you want, but we're worried about a mouse right now."
why don't you heal him up real quick, and then let's take
Okay.
this mouse to the outskirts of town.
Yeah, Loomis
then,
feels
uh,
like if he's not getting healed, he's drinking the potion. So
Okay, yeah.
Or
Okay.
Use one of
Okay,
your.
wait,
All right.
One
Yeah,
correction
you-
to Ray, something you had said. So my polymorph card says the duration with concentration is up to 1 hour.
Oh, does it?
So we're hoping, yeah, that's what it says. 1 hour instead of 1 minute. So we're hoping we can take this mouse outside of town, away
Okay.
from innocence.
Okay.
and my mighty cone of cold.
All right.
Okay. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll walk the mouse. Who has the mouse though? Not me.
I do.
Okay. So Cole is just concentrating and following you guys. You guys lead the way.
All right.
Yeah, and I guess I'll do a cure wounds on
If I have to.
Loomis.
mhm.
That's 1d8 plus my spell.
You can literally do it from attacks and spellcasting.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know this guy. What if he's an agent of Shaldor?
Do
Oh,
something.
God.
It's 10:49, and I really don't want to sit here and argue this around and around.
Okay.
All right, I'll put another 15 on Loomis,
Okay.
which brings me down to 15 in case we need it for when this mouse becomes a bastard again. Okay.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it very much.
You're welcome.
What'd you say your name was there, buddy?
Everyone in these parts knows who I am.
Well, I was eating my eggs when we got in the fight.
well, we
Been
We
pretty
were
quick.
we
It's been
were
like 2
interviewing-
minutes.
We were interviewing you, so I'm gonna follow the mouse.
All right.
All right,
give
you
me
guys ready for me to
just-
blast it?
Okay.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and cast Cone of Cold on it, and that will transfer. If I recall, it'll transfer to the.
It will.
It'll kill it. Yeah, there you go. All right, here we go. And I will quicken and do shocking grasp as well.
Well, the
Cone of
minute. Okay,
Cold.
what are you doing first?
I'll do. I guess I'll do shocking grasp first.
Okay,
and then
as
I'll do
soon
Cone
as
of
soon as
Cold.
you do that, he will no longer be a mouse. He's going to be an ogre, the size of a giant in your hands.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, okay.
Unless you're putting him down, but then you can't do shocking grasp. What is it you're specifically trying to do to him? I know there's a lot of cool shit you're thinking about right now, but
Yeah.
think about what's plausible.
I gotcha. Yeah, I will. You know, let it go in front of me, and then toss it in front of me, and then hit it with cone of cold,
Okay.
and then I'll try to do shocking grasp after that.
All right.
All right, here we go, cone of cold. So 38 points.
All right. So the mouse is gone.
Mm-hmm.
This thing, it's been an hour, so it's not raging anymore. So he doesn't have his resistance to magic that he has. He only has that when he's like real seething angry. And he's been a little fluffy mouse for the last hour. So that's all going to transfer over. The mouse is gone. That's 1 hit point. And so 37 points of cold damage slip through. And that's what he takes. And now he is fun size once more.
Fun size.
All right, next up is Loomis.
Not like the stickers.
I was gonna do shocking grasp.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And let's see.
Okay, so you're right here next to him.
Yep.
All right.
And hit him with 19 with 9 points, I guess, of shocking grasp damage.
14 does not hit him.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Well, hang on. He's wearing plate, so you have advantage. So 20 does hit him.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I knew there was something I had.
So
Cool. Thank you.
Another 9 points of damage. And this ogre looks bad. All right. Is there anything else you want to try?
That is my turn.
Any other bullshittery you want to
No
throw at
more
this thing?
bullshittery.
All right. All right. Next up then is Loomis.
Bullshittery is my middle name.
Loomis is going to hit him with his crossbow 3 times.
Okay. You do not have advantage, so 16 misses. No, yeah, 16 misses. It's okay if you roll with advantage on 2, because we just look at the first roll.
Oh, okay.
16 misses. 15 misses. 25 hits. So roll your damage on that last one. -8. You shoot this thing and like it's fatty cheek meat. And it kind of growls out in pain. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, next up is Tubmud, who will use his bonus action to rage. Gets very angry. Starts thumping the end of his glaive down on the ground. And I'm going to say that... yeah, he's going to aim this at these 3 chuckleheads. He's going to aim at Soren. And then if he hits Soren, he's going to hit Cole and Torka. Just because you guys wanted to take this outside of town and off a battle grid.
There you go.
All right, that'll be your thanks
I didn't.
for that jackassery. All right, so he has
He
advantage
didn't
now.
stop us.
He's aiming at Soren, so he's looking for a 19. Gets a crit.
Does he have advantage?
Yeah, he just uses bonus action to go into a rage. That gives him advantage.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So that
All right,
is
it's all of us.
yeah. That's gonna crit all 3 of you. Wow.
Woo! Jesus.
Loomis may have a story to tell. So that's going to be 19 plus 14 is 9 plus 4 is 33 points of damage on Torka, Soren and Cole.
Got it.
Hang on, Cole. You had what, 45?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get hit after that? Oh my God. Yeah, Cole's gonna go down like a tie hooker one more time.
Oh my. I'm down to 11.
All right, that'll be Tub Mud's turn. Next up is Torka.
I can't see the turn order anymore.
Hang on.
Nah, we're just going by the same one.
I know, I
Okay.
don't.
You see it now?
I
It just goes
only
round
see
6.
that it's round 6. Yeah, I don't see the initiatives.
Oh, okay. I see him. We're fine.
Um,
It's your turn,
so,
Torka.
Can I get into an advantage? Can I move to get advantage?
I mean, this
We're
thing
not
is
on.
this thing's big enough. You're just out there in the countryside at this point. So
Yeah, I don't know how to move to try and so.
yeah, I
Hey,
know.
can
It's
I just-
it's like we had to move off a grid for some reason.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say it takes all of your movement though.
Okay.
All right.
I'll move into an advantageous place, and I will use my vicious war pick.
So you have
Does a 17
advantage.
hit?
A 17 does not hit.
All right. So I guess that ends my turn.
You have 2 attacks.
Oh, I thought I only got a second if I hit.
No. You are a high enough level paladin and you're a martial class that you already have extra attack 2. You make 2 attacks when you take the attack action.
Okay. There's my second attack.
That hits. So
For 26.
six piercing and 1 radiant. Torka, how do you kill this ogre?
Nice.
When I had swung around behind him, I swept at him and just kind of clipped his shoulder bone, but came back around and just sunk my pick into the back of his skull, and he just slumped down in front of me.
All right. So the ogre falls dead. You guys made it through. You're pretty banged up.
I breathe fire onto the ogre's body to burn it.
Okay, that's
That's like
that's gonna ignite anything that he's has on that he's wearing that's like non-metal.
Can I at least get out of the way, Christopher?
I'm good with it. I'm just saying you might want to consider that.
Okay, I'll try to. I will. Okay, then I will quicken. I will quicken. Well, let's see. Because the thing's gonna get back up. Does he have anything that? Does he have anything
Whoa,
that
whoa,
looks
whoa!
like
All right,
that?
he's dead.
Wait.
What? He's not a
I thought
troll.
trolls get back up. Yeah, trolls get back up, Soren.
Trolls are the ones that regenerate.
I know we've been retired for 3 months, but
God
ogres
Almighty!
don't usually do that.
Isn't this a troll?
Do you even D&D, bro? No, this
No.
is an ogre. Literally,
Oh,
the
it's an
entire time
ogre.
I've been
Okay.
calling it an ogre. Literally,
Okay,
he's
well,
in channel, it's
he's
called an ogre master.
He
Okay,
is a
sorry,
bigger than
sorry.
ogre.
God
ogre.
Almighty!
I was thinking it was a troll.
Y'all are
Sorry,
so
I mean,
ridiculous.
Even D&D, bro.
Chris Head just wants to burn it all down, dude.
Yeah. Well, we did just retire and live it up for like 3 months in Limetown.
okay,
We haven't heard
gotcha.
what Sword was doing, but clearly it was heavy drugs.
Torka, you can see
Exactly.
this guy's got like a pouch and pouches on
Okay.
his belt and shit like that. He's got some gear.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
I'm
right.
gonna start. Before Soren can get in there and take all of the loot.
Don't you mean burn all
the
of the
evidence.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll start checking it out.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and start checking that out
Search the
before I.
body. Search the body.
All right, so who's searching the body?
I'll help.
Orca is
Torka.
with,
All right.
with Stokel for sure.
Okay.
And we're very interested in Loomis helped this fight. A little pissed at Soren, but Loomis was
Well, Cole is interested in what was this thing's motivation.
Agreed. Why did he fight us? Why did he
Yeah.
come looking for us at breakfast?
Yeah,
The
what
whole
happened to the
thing.
town's guard on that one?
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
They got wasted.
he killed a lot of them. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
So, and as you carried this thing out, of the city, you would have seen like you would have been able to follow the trail it took. The smashed bodies here and there of the city watch that try to get in its way. So, Torka, you find in his big pouch, you find 500 gold pieces, and you find a letter. Do you know giant? Under your languages, look under your languages.
Yep.
Common, dwarf, and Aquan. Aquan is the
Yep.
primordial language of creatures that live in the ocean. So you do not know giant.
I do not.
Does anyone know giant?
Nope.
No.
All right. So Torka, I'm going to say it's written in a language that you are not familiar with. The thing that stands out about it is that
It's big letters.
yeah, it's like kind of big blocky kind of letters, almost like runes, but not artful enough to be runes.
Like the size of a poster.
No, it's written on kind of like large vellum. It's not really poster size. Torka, give me an intelligence check. Just a regular intelligence check. Okay. You would guess that this is written in giant script. And for you to be able to understand it, you would have to find somebody who speaks giant.
Okay.
Or can at the very least translate.
Okay.
And I think that is a good point to end the game tonight. So
one sec before we end, I'm going to say, hold on to this piece of parchment. I think it's a great clue.
one of you may have comprehend languages as a spell.
Yeah, I know one of us does, and I know who he is. But I'm gonna say, I'll pick up this 500 gold, but I'll have to tithe it to the church unless one of y'all want to carry it.
Let's take the armor.
Oh
While we're at
God,
it.
I'll pick up the gold, and I'll put the gold on mine, and I'll tithe it to the church.
All right.
Wait, I know.
Wait, I thought Soren was our treasurer. He
Yeah,
doesn't tithe
exactly.
Well, I put the gold in my pouch.
anywhere.
And Loomis
All
says, "Hey fellas,
I'll take the
let's,
letter.
When Storen's first thing is, I'll pick this dead guy's body clean for armor. Never mind. Yeah.
All right. So this
Yeah, I thought
armor,
he was.
this armor is very large.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's it fits a giant creature.
Soren will melt it down.
But
Well, yes. Go ahead.
let me finish. Here's the good part. So it's not too large for you to carry, Torka. Although it takes you and Loomis kind of trying to carry it together to really get it back to the city. That's the shitty part. Is that it's just big and cumbersome. The good part is that normally this stuff would sell for like 750 gold.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to find somebody that is willing to buy it for 325.
Yay!
sounds good."
Take it.
So you have a total now of
800.
825.
Okay, am I putting that down in our thing?
No, the 500. was already taking my tour guide.
Yeah, I took the 500.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
You-
325 divided
Well,
by. Do you guys want to cut Loomis in or no?
yeah, go
Yeah, we
ahead.
do.
All right, that is 81 gold and 2 silver for everyone.
Now, and
We're
then
all
I'll.
marking that down separately.
I mean, it's up to y'all how y'all want to keep track of it. Once I tell you what it is,
Yeah.
I've washed my hands. I'm done. It's up to y'all to track it.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and everybody take 81 gold and 1 silver.
I'll give
Okay.
everyone else 100 gold from the 500 I took.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take 100 for myself, and I'm gonna tie the 100.
Hide my butt.
Well, I'm a paladin,
I know,
you were-
exactly.
and you were an hour and a half late to the party. So
Wait, you know,
Wait. Torka, say your part again.
So I had taken that 500,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to give all of you guys back 100, and all 3 of you take 100.
Yep.
I'm going to keep
Got it.
100, and then I'm going to tie the 100. So my
Yeah, I think-
net now is that I'm going to take away 400 from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at
Yeah, I nominate-
464.
I nominate Soren as our treasurer again. This Moradin guy is getting more than his fair share, although he did raise me from the dying.
Yeah. I've saved your life a few times.
Lima says, "Hey fellas, let's go finish our breakfast. Continue this conversation."
Okay, Cole will take the letter written in giant, if nobody minds,
Sounds good.
and I'll be looking for maybe Professor Bonaventure if we know where he is around here.
Well, Professor, last time you saw him, Professor Bonaventure was busy with the Explorers Society over in Dawnhold
Oh,
in Simmerlin.
Okay. No, we're not
Um,
traveling there. We'll just go back into town. So on the next, when the adventure continues, Cole will be looking for someone to translate.
All right, we will pick it up there
Okay.
next time.
Ooh.
You're the best,
Cool.
Trey.
Fun stuff.
We're going to go ahead and
Mhm.
end the stream. So good night, everybody who's watching.